Well, this is definitely something that I did not expect that was going to be coming today, because not even a PC update has been released, but the Xbox version of Palworld has been saved. Version 0.1.5.2 has been released. It's a very small patch, but it does fix some of two of the biggest issues that Xbox has been facing for so long, and I'm going to be covering all of it in today's video, and then I'm going to leave you with the future of Palworld video after that, if you guys want to check out and to see what the future of Palworld looks like. So anyway, let's get straight with it. If you guys do enjoy today's update video, smash that like button. Please subscribe if you want to keep up to date with your daily Palworld news. And anyway, so patch notice, as I said, Xbox version has been released. Fixed an issue where save data larger than 16 megabytes would not save correctly. So again, this has been a massive issue with save data on the Xbox version for a very long time. And it's an issue that it was only larger than 16 megabytes would not save correctly. That does not sound big. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't even realize. Maybe there was a serious issue. I haven't played on the Xbox version, so I am very sorry for that. And fixed a multiplayer-related bug which caused the game to crash. Now, I'm really hoping this is finally the dungeon side of things, and maybe some other different bits that caused the game to crash in Palworld. I understand, again, it's a massive, frustrating thing within the game, but I'm so glad to see that Xbox has just got the love it finally deserves, and I hope you Xbox Palworld players can go and enjoy yourself now. Anyway, guys, enjoy the future of Palworld next. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in a bit. So, welcome back, guys, to a brand new Palworld video. Now, today is a look into the future for the game, and we're just going to be talking about where I can see this game going in 2024. I thought it would be a good video to make, considering the game has been out, well, it's reached just over its 1 month mark, and I really feel like there is so much potential for this game to grow more and more into 2024. This year really seems to be the year of survival games. I've never seen so many release in 1 year and have so many people playing them. It's really good to see, considering I cover lots of this content. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, if you wouldn't mind considering subscribing to the channel, because I bring you guys daily survival game updates, it would mean the world to me. We're on our road now to 250,000 subscribers, and also if you wouldn't mind dropping a like if you enjoyed today's video, that would be great. So let's talk about things. So it's going to be a good video to sort of just think and let some thoughts out. So it's been a month, as I said, since the game came out. When it launched, it reached up to 2.1 million concurrent players on Steam. Now, obviously, no one can hide the fact that they've seen the player count drop off, and I've been a massive I've been one of those people that's saying you can't look into that too much, and the reason why I've said this is because, you know, there is no progression system in Palworld in the sense of bringing someone back to the game to play repetitively. You know, with like a battle royale, that's why they were so popular and kept so many players, like Fortnite, because you can just play a game and then straight into the next one. Play a game, straight into the next one. And with Palworld, it's one of those games where, like with survival games, where if you've got to level 50, you've done everything that you want, and you kind of get to that stage where you're like, what's next? And there's no like constant rapid content updates going out. You're sort of sitting there thinking, right, I'm going to go give something else a try. And the devs themselves have said so many times, like, you know, go and enjoy yourself, go play other stuff while we're cooking up some new content for you. And there is so much to look forward to with Palworld in the future. I know the concurrent player count is about 300 to 400,000 a day, but when you think about that on a survival game that, you know, has had its base update in early access come out, that is still absolutely crazy. And I believe that when they release some of the biggest content updates, they could go crazy viral again. So some of the things to look forward to with this game into 2024 will be the release of new pals and new additions to the island. Now, this is what I feel like a lot of players are needing right now, is that sort of new exploration side of things, because a lot of people have completely 100%ed the map, and I know that does take a lot of time, but still it can be done if you do grind out the game for hours and hours a day, and people are still wanting to know what's going on with that big tree. If you haven't seen the big tree, I've done videos on it before. That looks like that's going to be like the next step to the islands and stuff. So many players are sitting and waiting to find out more of this. Alongside this, we'll bring new pals. So it's going to be, if you're someone who's collected all of the pals possible to you, and you've even got all 10 of each pal in the game, if you've gone that far, then you want something new and exciting, and that might mean something big and scary, but yeah, that would be great. So something else that's planned for 2024 is the Endgame content. Now, I think this is one of the biggest things for the game this year, is the fact that once someone gets to level 50 and's got all their pals and done all the bosses, there doesn't seem to be that kind of, what can I end this off with? And that's obviously, they've got new raid bosses, and I think the fact of being able to come together with your guild and be able to go on some new raids with the future raid bosses will be absolutely amazing, and sort of give some sort of, it depends how Palworld do it. It depends if they go down the route of releasing new maps in the future, or if they just keep on expanding. I can imagine they're going to take us on new maps in the future, because there's only when it comes to survival games, there's only a certain amount of time you can give to one map until people want the next stage. If you look at games like Ark Survival and stuff like that, over the time they released countless amounts of DLCs and things, which would be fantastic for Palworld in the future. I'm personally at the stage, I don't need any DLCs at the moment. It's early access, so we got to get to full release first. But what do we want to see before full release does drop? So if I look back at some other survival game releases, I always do it to Ark, because they're very similar games. There were brand new dinos released, about 4 a month at one point in early access for Ark Survival, and just kept freshening up the game, moving into full launch. And they were actually releasing new free content updates with new places to explore alongside that too, even in the early access state. So I could definitely see Palworld taking that opportunity to do that over time. Now, one of the biggest things that I think could potentially make Palworld a game that people get constantly hooked on is the idea of the Pal Arenas. So we know this is a confirmed feature coming into the future. It's actually in some of the old trailers. If you go to the IGN trailer from a year ago, at the end of the trailer, you can actually see the Pal Arena. And the reason I think they could really take this to crazy places is the fact that they could do their own form of arena battles, but the fact that of adding in this progression system that they could do, which could make this game so crazily addictive, is you could have live events that you go and battle against other people with your pals in the Pal Arena. You could level them up in different ways and upgrade them in different ways to be able to beat your opponent, and doing obviously different, maybe even controlling them to do different things. I don't know whether we're going to leave them to fight themselves or be able to control them, but there could be leaderboards for this thing. There could be whole different types of things. There could be some sort of progression system. As I know I keep mentioning that, I just think it's so crucial for Palworld to implement something like this into the future. And have people really wanting to be the best pal trainer out there. And yes, it's very similar to Pokemon, and many of you guys, if you are big Pokemon fans, I understand this may sound like a similar concept to you, but the fact that Pokemon still haven't released a similar game to this yet is something that we've got to enjoy Palworld for. Until the day Pokemon decides to compete with it with something, I'm 100% all on board with Palworld, because they're my favourite types of games, survival games. So the PvP aspect of the game, I am looking forward to, but I don't think it is the most necessary thing for the game right now. I would love to see it, because definitely what kept Ark Survival alive for such a long time was the fact that the game had their PvP aspect, because people would always needing to be coming online, constantly feeding their dinos and fighting off any potential raids that could be happening with their base. And PvP is one of the biggest things in Ark. Yes, that it's brought huge problems, and that's the only thing that I worry about with PvP and Palworld in the future, considering they've been hit with non-stop cheaters and hackers on the game. When it's a PvE side of things, it's still a problem, but when PvP comes involved, that is really when more and more issues could come up. So I do want to wait for all of this anti-cheat stuff to be implemented into Palworld before we see that PvP side of things. But let's stick, I think, to the best thing that they can do first, is do a PvP Pal Arena, and I think that would be the best steps for the game moving forward. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think could be the best things for Palworld in 2024. I think as soon as that first, even though people have said, oh, have you seen Palworld, like some of the biggest news outlets, down to, you know, it's really fallen off. Even one of my friends said it to me the other day, oh, Dom, how's the Palworld content going? I've seen that it's really fallen off. And I was thinking, you can't say that Palworld's fallen off because, yes, they had 2 million players, but it's not the type of game that is going to bring... I mean, all games lose players over time because people like to play other things, right? But if there's no sense of replayability about it, which there is with Palworld, there's loads of replayability because it's a survival game. But if you have 100% it to where it is right now, what are you going to do next? You know, unless you just enjoy the aspect of going on, using your pals, destroying things, and going over and over, then that's cool. But if you know that some people enjoy that, I enjoy doing that. But personally, there comes to a stage, right, when you want to play something new. So let's see what happens in the future. As I said to you guys, there is a big February update coming to the game. I hope to look back to this video in like even a year's time. I'd love to look back at this video and see what changes Pocket Pair have made. And I really hope they go ahead and just completely shock the world with some of the things they're doing, because they get sick and tired of seeing people like saying like it's fallen off and everything like that. The game's been out for just a month and I know it's been quiet on updates over the last couple of weeks, but just wait, guys, because things are cooking, things are waiting, and I just think there's so much potential to see this game go flying within 2024. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please put your recommendations in the link in the description down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video very soon. See you guys then.